walking towards their feeders as soon as they see me. Such good boys. Like I taught them to do that, which I didn't. They just like food. Good morning, guys. Good morning, GT. Good morning, Gulliver. We've had guests staying here for the past couple of days, and so the horses have had a lot of carrots. The guests really like feeding them carrots, and the horses really like when we have a guest staying over. So in the morning, we just give 1 scoop of senior grain each. Gulliver's not really a senior, but if we give sweet feed to Gulliver, he's going to get even chubbier than he is, and that's not really healthy for a horse. And GT will, even though GT is smaller, he likes to steal Gulliver's grain, and then GT will get sweet feed. Now GT has something called Cushing's, and Cushing's is kind of like diabetes for humans. So he can't have a lot of carbs and sugars. And let's think about like this really, really cool hay feeder on this side of the road for $100. And something like this is usually like $400 or $500, and really cool. It's worked out great for us. It might not necessarily have been for horses in the beginning, but it is for our boys now. And just see if I can get it in. There you go. So they each get their own separate side, which is great. And this slides up backwards, and I just put the hay in there so the hay is protected from the rain. This is a little heavy. The plywood's a little big, but in our location, we get really windy, and I'd like to think of something else I could put there. If you could think of something, great. Comment below, because that gets a little heavy, especially in the winter when it gets snow on it. And now let's go check on the special needs chickens. I call them that because I don't think I've introduced you to them yet. Come on, go show you. We went to an auction, and I've only been to an auction before to buy horses that usually when the camps are done, they sell horses at auction, and some of these horses are just incredible, but they go for such cheap rates, and a lot of times they wind up being dog food. Not a fan of that. Honestly, if I had about 30 acres, I probably would have a lot more horses. But I really only have comfortable room for 2 or 3. I'm going to get another one soon, and that's exciting. I'm going to get something small so I could teach my grandson how to ride. I know he's only 1, but better time to start now. So, at the auction, I was hoping to find some laying hens that were a little bit older. We had lost some hens over the winter. We have predators, and that happens. It just happens. I know other YouTubers don't like to talk about it, but it's a thing, and it happens. And no matter how safe you try to get, if you let your chickens out to graze on your property, sometimes hawks get them, or eagles, or raccoons. There's so many things that could grab a chicken. So anyway, the guy said hens, and this auctioneer, he talks so fast. I know they're supposed to, but I think he wasn't even saying real words. These chickens, he said hens. I knew he said hens. That's the only thing I knew, so I started bidding. It wasn't till the next day after we got them home, because we got home late. We just put them in this chicken tractor so they wouldn't be near any of our other chickens, keep them isolated. It wasn't until the next day that I realized that they had had their beaks cut off. Now, I know this is a very common practice in the large factories. Not a fan of it. I don't even believe in the way the large factories do stuff. There's a gentleman that I found on YouTube, and he's really changed my life. His name is Joseph Stalaton, and he talks about circular farming, and big farms can do that. And we'll go more into that later, but I want to show you these chickens. Their beaks got cut off so much that they can't even eat properly. One of them, I have to make her a complete mash and feed her with my hand. They look like they have human lips. So one, her name is Angelina Jolie, and the other is Kim Kardashian. Then there's one of them that has something wrong with the back of her head, where it, like her comb doesn't meet, and she's got like this bald spot. So she's Sinead O'Connor. And hang on. There you go, girl. Figured out ways to get into the chicken sheds so they could steal all the chicken food. Horses seem to like chicken food. So got this little thing going on. Use a lot of rope around here. The chickens can get out, but the horses can't get in. All right, let's go deal with Argus. And make some food mash for the little chickens. And go visit the Silkies. I had to put Argus away. It was just crazy. He's not happy, not being by my side with me, and does a lot of arguing. He's super well trained. It's this barking thing. Can't seem to stop that. Something happens on this farm every single day to make all your plans go away. There's this country song that says, if you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. That's my life. I totally believe in that. I don't know which singer wrote it, but it's for real.
You putting it on his head? Can you smile? I don't want that. Stealing all of his food. Brown.
Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Kim. Kim, come here a minute. Come here. Argus is very upset. There's Kim's lips. I guess you can see them now. Argus, calm down. Argus very upset. He got put in the cage this morning for a little bit. We have a little puppy visiting us, and the owner is just worried about Argus, even though there's nothing to be worried about with Argus. And this is Angelina. Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, Sinead. Sinead's beak is not as trimmed as Angelina and Kim's. As you can see, there's a little bit of a beak there. She is able to actually, with some effort, pick some stuff up off the ground. Angelina also has an easier time than Kim. Kim has the hardest time. Kim has to be hand-fed. And it's hard to believe because as fat as she is right now, 2 weeks ago, these chickens were completely emaciated. They were all the same size. She's super shy around me. She still hasn't gotten used to me yet. But Kim will eat right out of my hand. And
She's trying to kick me.
thank you. You scooping it out for her? Going into the silkies. We never anticipated to get silkies other than one. We wanted one because our chickens are not broody at all, and we wanted one silkie so she could sit on eggs and hatch our eggs for us. And I don't want to keep buying babies every year. I want to become self-sufficient. I want our chickens to make their own chickens, and so yeah, so that we can have more chickens and without having to buy babies. I know it's going to be really hard with the broilers, but the dual purpose birds, it should be better. And then we can have birds that have the purpose of being meat as well as being egg layers. So when we were at this crazy auction and things are moving super fast, the silkies came on stage on the auction block, and I just couldn't put my hand down. I just kept throwing my number up. I didn't hear what the guy was saying. I think I have all roosters now. I'm not 100% sure. Apparently it's really, really hard to sex silkies. I've been watching YouTube after YouTube on how to care for them. One said they're not allowed to get wet, and the other day it rained, and I was like, oh my God, the silkies are wet. I gotta rush home, figure out what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna get them dry. Oh, they're gonna make it through the night. They were fine. They were fine. They got wet. They went in their pen at night, and they dried off, and now I'm not worried. The weird thing is that they have a place they could go to get out of the rain. They chose not to. Still have a bit of a construction project in here. Our village is made out of pallets, and the hinges for the door, those are made out of pieces of tire. I really, really love upcycling. I do it as often as I can. I'm frugal, yeah, but I'm more about making less trash as best as I can. I feel like I'm actually doing something for the environment. Whether that's true or not, I don't know, but it makes me feel good. It makes me feel a little bit better about being a human. And so what I'm saying is we weren't set up for silkies. We were set up for like maybe one silkie, which we could put in the pen down with the OGs. But we wound up with quite a few silkies, and then we fell in love with them. And so now my husband is building this giant enclosure that's going to be Silky World. He built this really cool brooder box, and come on inside. It's an old broom handle to open it up. And now I have to close it. So I hold this little wire here, and this screw is going to close the door. Booyah. Good morning, Silkies. I think I've showed them to you in a video the day we first got them. Fluffy little babies are so cute. But the reason I'm saying we weren't set up is this pen is really housed for regular chickens, like egg-laying chickens that can jump and fly. Silkies cannot fly. So that thing that I found out on YouTube, that was actually true. And unfortunately, they get like leg injuries and stuff really easily too. So you have to be really careful what you put them in. And this is just way too high. It's just way too high for them. So picking up a rabbit hutch today, got to modify it a little bit and turn it into a silky place. I got mesh deer fencing and stapling it onto the walls of the pallets so that nothing can get inside, doing extra stapling because, like I said, in the past we did have a fisher. I'm gonna just grab them. All out and accounted for. I just can't stand how cute these little buggers are. And thanks for walking with me on my morning chores. I'm going to go in the house now and take care of all the babies that are in the basement. And I'll see you later. Have a